Well, there are so many ways to capture the memories of your wedding day, from 360-degree videos to drones and iPhones. Jen O'Brien of weddingbells.ca joins us now with the details. That's the latest hard copy issue there. But yeah, okay, so we're going to start off with iPhones. And I mean, we've talked before about having guests taking photos and with their own phones, but this is professional photographers using iPhones.
Right. So we all know that everyone wants their wedding day to just look impeccable when it hits social media. And sometimes, you have those guests posting photos before you even see sort of what's happening. Mm-hmm. So with these photos, we're saying, ask your photographer to maybe snap a couple pics on their iPhones, edit them professionally, and then you'll have this beautiful image ahead of when you get your actual...
Instead of having to wait for your actual physical photos or your video, right?
Because that can take a few weeks to a few months. You never know when you're going to get them. And so really this is a nice way to have really beautifully composed images that are the quality of a real, like of a DSLR camera. Mm-hmm. You saw some of them.
Right, we're going to see some more here because you kind of, not really challenged, but you had 3 professional photographers across the country take photos, these photos
so
with
we
their
asked
iPhones.
Gabe McClintock, Jennifer Moore, and John Hughes, some of the top wedding photographers in Canada, we sort of challenged them to go out and while they were snapping weddings, capture a few photos on their iPhones as well. And most of these were shot with iPhone 6S Plus. And
I love that image.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's beautiful.
So they were using all sorts of different photography apps to sort of tweak these, things like VSCO Cam and Afterlight. And really the things that they have achieved, I mean, can you tell that was shot in an iPhone?
No, and I was looking through the whole collection online and I was like, wow, I had no idea this were shot on a cell phone.
And this is so much better than we heard years ago when Kanye West actually spent 4 days during his honeymoon editing photos before he'd let Kim Kardashian post one on Instagram. Mm-hmm. So this is a lot easier than, spending your honeymoon.
Do it.
Doing that, this is a much easier way to get just some beautiful images.
Okay. Images from up above as well. We're seeing a lot more at wedding venues now, photographers using drones.
Right, so I think everyone's familiar with drones at this point. They're those remote-controlled aircraft that capture beautiful aerial shots, and this is a really cool way to sort of take your wedding video to the next level. Mm-hmm. So you can capture amazing group shots.
Group shots are a good idea.
Great shots of your venue. Seeing the bride coming down the aisle is another popular shot. One thing you don't want to do is have the drone flying over, obviously, as you're saying your vows, because it can be a bit noisy.
Yes.
But, there are a few other considerations that you want to take into account if you're going to have a drone at your wedding as well. Obviously, the venue, you need to be outdoors.
Yes.
The weather needs to be appropriate. It can't be high winds or really, torrential rainfall. It's not going to work. But you're seeing these beautiful shots, and we have photos here from U Productions, and we also saw some video from Brightside Films. Mm-hmm. They're both Ontario-based companies.
And you kind of want the drone in addition to your regular video, right? Because the drone isn't going to capture special moments like on the ground, close-ups, right?
It's sort of a complement too. And I talked to one videographer from Brightside Films, and she was saying, people are coming to me and they just want the drone shots. You have to really have it as a compliment, obviously.
Right. Okay, now this is really, really cool. So this is something using Google Cardboard.
Right, so next we're going to talk about virtual reality wedding videos. And this is something that's just sort of coming up.
So this is the apparatus or something similar like that you would use.
This is the Google Cardboard, which you can just insert your phone into mm-hmm. and to view the videos. And so, as you can see, you can pick up one of these for just $20.
Yep.
They're really affordable. And actually, it's fairly affordable to have a virtual reality wedding video shot at this point too, because not a lot of people are doing it, so people are starting to just explore with it.
Okay, but the video has to be shot in 3D, correct?
Right, it's the videographers are using a 360 camera to capture an environment from every angle. So say you're having this done at your ceremony, you're going to be able to see, as you're reciting your vows, grandma's reaction to your beautiful sentiments. You're going to be able to look up in the air and see the beautiful decor, and it's a great way to you'll be able to sort of send this to people who weren't able to attend your wedding, maybe, to sort of show them everything that was happening. And obviously, you see it's a different quality than the more polished drone typical wedding videos, but it's just a whole different perspective, and it's a new way to immerse yourself in the experience.
Because you get to see you get to see what was happening kind of around you as you're coming down the aisle, which I think is a really cool thing. And different, you know, if your back is to something, you'll be able to see what was happening behind you at that moment. It's just a neat way.
You can't be in all places at the same time at your wedding, right? And it just does fly by in such a flash that this is really a way to sort of take you back in time and almost relive the experience. So it's such a neat, I think a neat technology to take advantage of.
So lots of things to look at then when you're booking your photographers now.
And videographers,
in so many ways, and videographers. Okay, so you can get all the details again. Go to weddingbells.ca and you can see more on these articles. Jen, thanks so much for coming in. Some great ideas there, some great video. Okay, we're back to wrap up the show right after this.